legs up.
I think it's Pride year for these people now, huh? But anyway, so...
No, I was just making small talk. I couldn't think of anything else important about August.
Well, happy birthday month.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. To you.
I appreciate
the sentiments.
I appreciate the question whether they're...
Well, I am sincerely happy about the weather relief we got on the weekend. I don't know about you guys, but yesterday here in Tuba, we went from the 105 heat index down to in the 80s.
Like normal people live in summer.
Oh, man. It was wonderful.
And this is August.
I know.
But arguably the worst month of the year down in the South.
Just wait, though, guys. I think just wait a few more days. But anyway.
Mr. Pessimist, thank you.
I wish it were true that it was going to drop down to highs in 87, 88.
That'd be wonderful.
Anyway, and now the rest of the country is experiencing some cool weather, too, I think.
Right.
So most of the country. So that's good news. I will say this. I was talking to a gentleman in Chicago this morning. Had a phone call with him, who's a friend of ours. And he was saying that they, in the at least that part of the Midwest, are getting the smoke from the fires in Canada.
That is correct. Yeah, heard that on the weekend.
Is that the cause of the lower temperatures, or?
I don't know. That's a good question. No,
that front started last week. We were talking to our good friend Ray Pritchard in Kansas last Thursday, and it was like the highs were going to be 73, 74.
Yeah.
But that's different.
That's different. These are fires.
Saskatchewan,
probably Manitoba, and the breeze is bringing that smoke down. Saw some pictures out of Chicago on the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like a thick fog.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. You remember that happened in New York and Boston and Philadelphia about 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those fires up in, I guess it was Ottawa, or was it Quebec? Quebec, I think. Quebec. And they were just causing, like you're saying, this thick smoke. But Chicago, I guess Milwaukee, and I don't know how far down into the Midwest those fires go, that smoke goes. But it's remarkable to think a fire thousands of miles from you can cause that kind of
well, they have those sandstorms in the Sahara in Africa, and sometimes that sand gets up in the upper atmosphere and comes all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. Remember?
It's amazing.
That happened.
Where is Superman when you need him?
That's right, to blow that all back.
All right, Tim Todd will be with us at the bottom of the hour. Brother Tim Todd. This is Truth for Youth Bible Week that we have annually here. Ed, you want to give us what do you call it? A preview?
Yeah. Well, the Truth for Youth Bible, and we've been doing this with Revival Fires International and evangelist Tim Todd. I think he said this morning during devotions for 25 years.
Right.
So, folks, American Family Association, American Family Radio. Yes, we are about transformation in the culture and protecting the family, all those things, but also about the gospel. And so the Truth for Youth Bible, genius idea on the part of Tim Todd and whoever else was helping them with this, is a copy of the New Testament with, in the front, comics. Now, these are not, like Snoopy. These are about serious issues that afflict the teenage years, things that teenagers are wrestling with. The artwork is phenomenal. And here's the idea behind it. You can get a free New Testament for a teenager in your house, and it is legal for that teenager to give that New Testament to a friend in school who does not know the Lord. That is totally legal. It might be questionable if teachers were handing them out, but for students, totally legal. So when does this start? Is that next week, or is that all this week? This week. Yeah. All right. So we will be giving you information, and this is it's not really a fundraiser because all these Bibles have been paid for. These are Bibles that you just simply request and you can give these to your teenager or however many teenagers you have in your household. If they promise to give them away, they are free. So the number to call for this Truth for Youth Bible Week is 800-733-4737. 800-733-4737. That is only between 8:30 to 4 p.m.
What, Central Time? Or
Central Time, because that goes directly to the headquarters of Revival Fires International. And by the way, when you do get on the phone, I'll give the phone number again. You can, if you want to, you can.
鍵閉めたね。
閉めて。
They're $2 a piece, and you can give them out to teenagers in your youth group.
忘れ物ないように。
Give them out free, so that they will promise to give those out. Well over, I think it's 30,000, maybe 35,000 young people have given their hearts to the Lord through this outreach, and that's just the ones who have sent in a card to let Brother Tim Todd know. So the number to call is 800-733-4737, and that is going to be all this week. You're going to be hearing about it everywhere on American Family Radio.
All right, Truth for Youth Bible Week, and we do this every year. It impacts thousands and thousands of teenagers all across America. Hey, what's the first story, Fred?
Well, there's a group of Texas Democrats that are on the run this morning. They've left the state. And the reason for that is that the state is about to vote on a group of redistricting, so changing the boundaries of some districts. And these Democrats say this is a terrible idea, and they're of course blaming Donald Trump for that. But they're on the run. A group of these Democrats, they went to Illinois and they went to New York on the weekend, and now they're being told by Texas Governor Abbott, you better get back here because you could lose your job. Governor Abbott was interviewed just a few moments ago on Fox, and this is what he had to say.
They're leaving and they've left because they're very un-Texas. Texas don't run from a fight. And there's a fight going on in the legislature right now about redistricting as well as other things. But I'll make two quick points, Dana, about this. For one, to run to states like New York and Illinois to protest redistricting is kind of like running to Wisconsin to protest cheese. It's just kind of outrageous. Those are New York and Illinois are two hallmark states that have already done redistricting to eliminate Republicans. But the second thing is far more serious, and that is what these Democrats have done. Just a small fraction of them were needed to break a quorum, and that small fraction is holding hostage legislation in the state of Texas where we will be able to provide assistance and reform for all of the victims of that horrific flooding that we've had in the state of Texas. Our fellow Texans are being let down and not getting the flood relief they need because these Democrats have absconded from the responsibility, and I believe they have forfeited their seats in the state legislature because they're not doing the job they were elected to do.
All right, just to understand, so these Democrats in the state legislature in Texas, Capitol in Austin, they leave the state. They did this about 20 years ago. I remember when this happened.
Right.
They leave the state in order to not have to vote.
It robs the legislature of a quorum.
Okay.
So
How long do they stay gone? How long do they have to stay away?
Well, I think what happened, you referenced, I think it was about 20 years ago, they stayed away for several days. Now, Abbott, this time, he is saying there was a court decision, I believe, in that case 20 years ago, and Governor Abbott believes that they can be charged, federally charged, but charged with abandoning their job, and therefore they could lose their ability to be a member of the legislature. That is the allegation being made.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I personally don't think that's legal for the governor to do. I'm not obviously not an attorney. I think that these kinds of rules for replacing members of Congress who are not there.
Not Congress.
Yes, I'm sorry, state legislature. That those exist in case someone is sick or out for a long time, or they voluntarily step away. This is the kind of shenanigans, though, the Democrats have done. And it's pretty hypocritical nationwide for Democrats to be complaining about this, because some of these Democratic legislators have gone to Illinois, which is a heavily gerrymandered state.
That's what Apple was saying there.
Yeah, and so it's a ridiculous argument to make. They do not have a majority, the Democrats, and they're just going to have to come to the table and take their medicine. This is part of what happens when you lose.
Next story.
Well, there's breaking news this morning. This is courtesy of Christian Post. The headline is, Police Training Materials Label Moms for Liberty as Extremist Group. Now, according to this story, the Massachusetts Municipal Police Training Committee, they have training materials, and they've placed this Moms for Liberty. If you haven't heard of them, we talk to them all the time in our news service. They're a conservative moms group. They were started 2020, 2021, around COVID or so, and they've led the charge in areas such as getting sexually explicit material out of school libraries, etc., etc. Now, Massachusetts, screenshots of these training materials show the training material described Moms for Liberty as an anti-government extremist group, which just happens to be the label that the Southern Poverty Law Center has given to this group also. The material, this training material being used in Massachusetts, further claim that members use parents' rights as a vehicle to attack public education and make schools less welcoming for minority and LGBTQ plus students. Training also appeared to lump Moms for Liberty in with the radical left-wing group Antifa, which was involved with many of the riots in the wake of the death of George Floyd. So there you have it. They're a huge group now. They have 130,000 members across 300 chapters in 48 states. So there you have it. We saw this kind of thing, remember, during the Biden years, parents showing up at school board meetings in Virginia and other places, and then the Attorney General of the United States gets involved and basically refers to them as terrorists, these parents. And now this police training material in Massachusetts doing the same thing with Moms for Liberty.
Well, I want to show you how, listen, I agree with what they're saying about Moms for Liberty in Massachusetts. They are a radical group. You want to hear what they do? Let's hear the radical nature of what they do. This is on their webpage about us. We want to hold leaders accountable. Bunch of communists. We hold decision makers accountable, or we work to replace them with liberty-minded individuals. They spread awareness and an understanding of the limited role of government. They oppose government overreach. They promote liberty and promote teaching the principles of liberty in our homes and community, and they activate to public service. I can't think of a more radical group that endangers the entire foundation of our republic. What a bunch of radicals.
Yeah.
This shows you how radical Massachusetts is. That they think this group is radical.
Well, can you say radical one more time? It'll be helpful.
Have I mentioned it?
Yeah.
There are a bunch of radicals.
There's some called free radicals.
Yes. Yeah. Those are bad.
Those are bad. Listen, this is a blue state persecuting people who are conservative, right?
Right.
And this, so they've labeled Moms for Liberty, which we work with. They're much like AFA. Moms for Liberty. They're a different focus and emphasis, but they're conservative and they're Christian, and they have chapters, and they stand for children. They watch out for children's rights in school and things of that nature. And the state of, you're saying the state of Massachusetts had labeled them?
Yep.
Labeled them.
Well, these police training materials.
Police training materials. This happened to us a few years ago when we learned that the